Hey everyone, so today for this video we're gonna go over some of the stuff that I got from the estate sale. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below. I'll throw some highlights from that day. The day was insane. There was just so much stuff. Long story short, we went to an estate sale where a guy just had outdoors stuff for days. He had fishing poles, rods, reels, lures, tackle boxes, but also a ton of guns, and there was just so much to look at. But today I want to do a video on the amount of money I spent versus the return. Now, granted, none of this I really don't think I'll ever sell. There's some stuff in here like maybe I'll sell, but like for me, it was more or less going, picking up stuff that I would want to use. For example, tackle boxes, but also some really unique lures. So for this video, you may be able to see my phone here. We're gonna go back and forth between the cameras. We're going to go over some of the stuff that I got, and we're also going to see the value of what I picked up. Some of the stuff, though, it's really hard to find because, again, some of it, really, a lot of it is vintage. And so it's not something easy you can just look up and be like, hey, that's a Strike King Red Eye Shad. Like, you just can't find that. But there are some that I have been able to find, and the value is actually pretty insane for a lure that's as old as they are. So we're going to go into overall, I spent a total of $88.50 in 2 days. Okay, and I bought a total of, specifically things I know the total of. I bought a total of 22 tackle boxes. So these clear plastic ones, they're all Plano. I think some are miscellaneous, some may not be Plano. They vary in sizes. Some are really small, all the way up to the 3700 sizes. And again, I spent a total of $88.50. So breaking that down, I think it was, if I just got the boxes, 22 boxes divided by, let's just say 89. So dividing that up, so $89 divided by 22 is about $4 a box, okay? That's if I just bought the boxes for $90, roughly. But I got a ton of lures and a ton of fun stuff to go over, and I want to see what the value is. And I think it'd be kind of interesting. Again, as you can see in my backdrop, there's a lot of Pokemon stuff back there, and there's a lot of stuff where in the Pokemon community, they like to see the value of things. So for example, when you pull a holographic, a price comes up. So I don't know if I'm necessarily going down that route, but I want to show you guys the value of what I spent versus what we got back. So starting off here, we got some stealth braid, some spider wire stealth braid. I mean, it's definitely older, but never been used, right? So if I can find the prices, they're going to pop up on screen and even images of them. But spider wire I know is still around. Granted, I looked for on this box specifically like a date, like a trademark date or something, and I could not just find a trademark date. I looked back and forth on this box, all around the box. I can see trademark, but I don't see a date. And that's usually when this was boxed up. Unfortunately, I can't find it, but I know this stuff, spider wire, is definitely still made. But we're gonna go into the lures. A lot of these right here are discontinued. So the only way you can really find them is if you are looking on eBay for them. So this lure right here. So again, this video is more or less that, like, you guys can get a little bit closer to the lures, and I'm gonna show you all of the lures that I got. So here is a Berkeley. This is discontinued, a Frenzy FD7M. I think I found it. The cheapest was like $6 for this lure, but again, I'll pop it up on screen with the price and the eBay picture. A lot of this too is like I get my prices off eBay. Same thing with Pokemon. You go to the sold, recently sold or sold, and you can kind of get where the price kind of varies for it. It's obviously like if you're gonna sell, you're probably gonna want to sell a little bit lower, but you can get the value from there. So this is I don't know if I think it is a deep diving, but it's not like crazy. But yeah, so it's a Berkeley Frenzy FD7 from our box. And again, so prices are going to be popped up. We're going to have $100, or I'm going to say $89.50, and we're going to slowly add up the prices of everything and see where we get to at the end of this video on the $88.50 versus what we actually got back in return. If you were to look at everything as is, we're going to sell it, or some of the stuff in here is modern if you were to buy it today. So here's another one. So this is actually a XPS. This is an XPS real image lure here. It's a little bit smaller. I'd probably say it's like a 1/4 ounce, maybe even less. To be honest, I don't know the full weight. It's probably 3 inches or so, maybe less. Yeah, probably about a 3-inch lure here. This is, I don't know, again, I think a lot of these are discontinued. I looked on this online, so this is me before going to search for the prices and stuff. But I do believe this is also discontinued, this lure right here. And if it's not, you'll see it, and I'll pop it up on screen in the price. But I have found it, but I don't know if I found it on eBay. But either way, this one's actually going to be really good. I actually can't wait to throw this one. I think this one will work really well in the pond. I actually think a lot of these lures will actually work really well in the pond. All right, next couple lures here. We actually have 2 here. Actually, we'll go to these. So really, I don't see a value for these. Maybe like $3. I don't know if I'll ever find what these ones are. But they're just some worms here. I don't know. Somebody might know what these are, like drop shot tail worms or something. They looked black at the estate sale, but they're actually like a dark purple. You can kind of see it a little bit. Try to get in focus. But it looks dark black, purple, and then it has some like a ton of green flake in it. I think those will be really good. I think those are probably, I'm gonna just say those are like $3. Let's just say those are $3 around there, give or take $3. And then we got 2 lures here, both the same, so I'm just gonna show them both at the same time. So these are XPS floating jerkbaits here. I have not been able to find these ones. Again, did a little bit of searching when I got home from the estate sale, but I couldn't find these ones specifically. So I'm going to do a little bit more digging and see if we can find them. But I do believe these are not being made anymore. So I'm going to say if I can't find these ones specifically, I'll say these are probably around, let's just say $5 or $6. You know, $5, $4.99 for 2 jerkbaits here on for these. So if I can't find it, I'll probably just say these are $5. $5 for those lures. Then, honestly, the best find of the second day in the estate sale, again, if you want to watch the full day of us going out hunting. I mean, this is something I'm probably going to do in the future. I'm going to really specifically look for fishing estate sales, like a lot of outdoorsy stuff. I don't know if we'll ever find one like this again, so you're definitely going to want to watch this video. But I know there are going to be some that will find, you know, a normal amount of stuff if people don't take it all. So this one is actually the best find here. This is called the Shoestring Top Knocker from XPS. And so this is a spook. But you can find this right now, again, give or take, I think it's like $15, $12 to $15 for this lure on eBay. But in the box, if this was still in the box, this is roughly worth between $18 and $20. If you, again, we're willing to, if trying to sell it. For me, I'm not necessarily interested in trying to sell them. I do plan on using some of these. And again, you're going to want to watch the estate sale video, because just trust me, you're going to want to watch it because I'm not going to tell you what's going on in it. So go watch it. But so if I was to sell this, I'd probably sell it for 15. But again, I want to use it. That's the name of the game here. It looks really good. I think it'd actually be really fire. And I think what I like about it the most is I have the Sexy Dog Junior, which might roughly be the same size, but I actually think this is a little bit smaller. So I'm definitely stoked to see what the action is, because I noticed with the Sexy Dog Junior, I don't have maybe a finessey enough rod. Well, maybe I do with my Xfinity Pro, but this one will definitely be fun. So again, I'll say between, I'll probably give you like a $15 price tag for this one. All right, so again, I'm gonna start with the modern stuff out of this box, or at least what I think is modern from this box, because it'll be a little bit easier for me to find. So we're starting with the Rapellas. These are called the glass shads, so I looked them up. So these are the Rapella glass shads, which I posted on my community page, but also I made a video about it. Like, I was going for my spring shopping, you know, looking for lures for spring, and I really liked this lure. The only problem that I had with it at the time was that it's a kind of a deeper diving crankbait. It's a 7 to 11 feet, and where I fish, I don't necessarily fish in a lot of, especially for a bank fisherman, I don't fish a lot of 7 to 11 depth. So with this lure, you know, I think this lure is probably around $6 or so, $6+. Again, I'll find it, I'm sure I will, and we'll post it on screen. But I got 2 of them. So this is actually the smaller one. This is the one that I was looking at, the top one. And then he actually had another one, the bottom one. And I do think this was at Walmart too. The smaller one was at Walmart as well. And this one's a little bit cheaper, and it doesn't dive as deep, but it is pretty light. It is pretty light. So I don't know if I could cast it very far. But I got these 2. Again, great find. All right, moving into the next Rapala. He was a big fan of Rapala. I have 4 little rattle traps here that I actually picked up some from Meyer when I got a $10 coupon, and now I have 5 extra ones. So these go for roughly probably like $5, $6, and I'll pop it on screen if I can find specifically what they are. But I got 5 of them. So I got 2 chromes like this. I got the 2 chromes sticking into my mouse pad. Let me see. Let me untangle these. So here's the chrome one. They're all really technically chrome, I guess. But that one's pure chrome. That's like a chrome black. Then I have a chrome. I have a chrome with blue and orange on the bottom, which I do think I have this already. But again, it's not bad to have 2 of those. Then I have a chrome with like a green. So it's like a bass color. I would say it's like more of like a bass natural color one. That one's, I think this one will actually be really fire. And I do think he's actually changed the hooks. Those are eagle claw hooks. I can't remember the name of them, but those are definitely not on the Rapalas normally. And then again, another chrome one. Actually, are they 2 different? No, they're the same. Those 2 chrome. So I'm going to say, again, this is pre-looking online, but they're roughly around $5 or so. And that's $20 right there, give or take, right? So again, $20 for 4 lures, and I got them included in a $38 total. So that was a pretty good find. Pretty good find. All right, let's see. Moving to another modern lure, which is let's see. I guess these are pretty modern. So storm lure, right? The classic storm lure. You can still find those in those yellow boxes. Pop the price on screen. I got 2 of them. This one looks a little bit older, the purple one. It's definitely got some discoloring to it. But I liked the variety. I liked the chrome green natural color, and then also like a darker color. I definitely liked it. That's why I picked it up. It's a little beat up, but that's, I mean, as long as it's got action and as long as it catches fish, that's cool. I actually don't know necessarily how much storms are, so they'll pop them on screen and we'll have an idea there. All right, moving to another. I don't even know. Oh yeah, we got more modern, more Rapala here. Some more jerk baits here. These I think are roughly around $6 or so for these. I got 2 of them. I got 2 lures that were trash, unfortunately, because again, the first day, there's just so much going on, so you're overwhelmed. And I picked up 2 Rapalas. One, the bill was broken off. I didn't notice. And the other one, the longer one, which if you watch the video, you'll see the longer one. I'm going underneath the desk. It's bent, and you can't tell. It was dark in the basement, things like that. But I did pick up these, and these are, I think, roughly around $6. I actually do think they're different sizes too. Yeah, they're definitely different sizes. So this one's a little bit thicker. So actually, we'll have to do a little more research on the screen. On the screen, they'll pop up for you, but they're actually 2 different sizes, and I don't think they say the size. So one says floating. Oh, so this says Rapala countdown. Oh, actually, I think countdown is actually worth a little bit more. So one's countdown, one says floating. So again, we'll pop them up on screen with the price tags. But I'll say this one's probably like, the countdown is maybe like $7, $6. Because I do actually think I just recently looked at them. And this is just like a normal jerkbait here. So probably like $5, $6 as well. So let's just say the countdown's 7. Now I do have some more modern lures in here. But they're discontinued. So I have this one. It's called the Zenith. The Z-Wave Zenith here. And I don't know about you, but that looks like fire. I loved the like natural minnow look. It's really flashy. I mean, he obviously used it. It's got line on it. So I'm definitely excited about this one. Price will pop up. I think this one will also catch fish. I'll have to look at how deep it goes, but I'm pretty sure this is discontinued as well. The Z-Wave Zenith there. And then now this is one. Now, if you guys know what this lure is, let me know. I thought it originally was a Berkeley Stunna, but it's not. I can tell by the bill. The bill's a little bit different. I looked at the Berkeley Stunnas at the store, and it's definitely not it. So if you know what this lure is, this lure has no name on it, no brand, nothing. So, I'd probably give or take. I'll probably have like miscellaneous numbers for price tags, but I'd say like give or take, this is probably like, let's just say $8, an $8 lure. And I feel like that's kind of low, but an $8 lure right here. So again, no name on it. So if somebody knows what that is, let me know in the comments. And now we do have some more miscellaneous. So this one right here is probably the most valuable if I were to sell it. But again, I bought them to use them. So this is called the Super Toad 2 by Hog Dog. And this, I think, is on eBay. I saw it for $18. I don't know why. I guess I'll have to look at the date and when this was made. But this one looks really good too. It's got like a toad look to it. I mean, I guess Super Toad 2. I don't know if it's the name of the lure itself or like the coloring. But it definitely looks like this would catch fish. And honestly, I can't wait to use at the lake that I always struggle at, because I think this would be fire. My biggest fear, though, is that if a freaking pike comes back and rips through my line on a lure like this. But, I mean, it's bound to happen, right? I think the only thing I'd probably do is maybe change out the hooks, but the hooks don't look too bad. One of the lures I have looks like it has Temu hooks on it. So now we're moving into more stuff that, like, I don't necessarily know the names of stuff. And so these are going to be just general, like, price tags at this point. There's some in here that have, no, there's still one I know I can find a name on, which is the actual super vintage one that I know is vintage from the 1980s. So we got a bomber one right here. I don't know the price tag. I don't know the name of the lure besides bomber. But to me, though, honestly, I haven't seen a bomber with this kind of paint job. You know, it's got like, it's kind of like a perch style, maybe small bass. And it's got a lot of flake on it. A lot of shiny flake on it. So this one looks really good too. I think this will be really fun to throw out. Again, it's hard to tell the depth, but that one looks fun. I'm going to probably throw up like a random number on screen for that one. And I think this is actually another Rebel. Let's see if I can get it untangled here. Let's see. Does it have the name on it? So I think it does. It has a name on it, and it says Deep Wave R, I think. Let's see if I can pull it up on screen. It says Deep. Hard to tell. I have the name of the lure. Deep We R. So if I can find that, we'll pop it up on screen. I mean, it kind of looks like a little baby bass. A little bluegill, probably. Little bluegill. That one looks pretty good. And then this one I picked up just because of the paint job. I don't know if it hasn't. It does not have a name on it. It's just a pretty clear plastic little crank here. This one looks like a little cross-eyed little, I don't even know, crankbait. I don't know how the depth of this one will be. It's pretty light, so it's probably a quarter ounce. But this one looks cool. That's the only reason why I picked it up, is because of the coloring on it. So if you know what these lures are, there's some in here that you're like, hey, you put miscellaneous for that one. I know actually the name of it, and I know we can look it up. Then let me know in the comments. But let's go to the last one that actually there's two, so we'll do this one. So this is called the Hawaiian Wiggler, the Hawaiian. Oh, I'm not gonna remember now. Somebody, I'll pop it up on screen. But I was about to say somebody in chat will know, but I'm not streaming this on Twitch. But this I got within the first like minute of being there. I picked it up because it was the only lure I saw. I was like, that I could see myself using to catch stuff. It honestly, it looks pretty good. The only thing that unfortunate for is these tails here. I could see them breaking off, but I'm kind of stoked to catch to use this and catch it. I definitely think one of my plans is for a video is to use lures from this specifically from this estate sale and catch some fish and see what we can catch with it. And then last lure that I really know that I have a name for, I think I might have one more. There's actually, I think, one more lure. Yeah, which is a Berkeley. So this is called the Rebel Black Star, and this lure was supposed to be just game changing. They were really excited to launch this lure based on like the plastic styling, the paint jobs. It's got a graphite hook connector spot, like the line connector spot right here, and that was supposed to be like tougher and it was stronger. It'll lose less fish, and but I guess unfortunately it did not work out well for it. But Rebel Black Star, this is probably one of my favorite pickups from the estate sale, and I can't wait to use this one too. I think this one will be fun. I actually don't know the depth on it, so I've looked at, I think it's deep diving. I've looked at a few posts online, but it's hard to find like details on it. But the Rebel Black Star was definitely a fun one. And then here are some more miscellaneous. I'll get rid of the last one. I think this is actually the one that I think has Temu hooks on it. Like that looks like a Temu hook. I mean, that's just so big. So this is another Frenzy, which is Berkeley. The Frenzy FR34, which is 3/4 ounce. It's pretty heavy. It's big. And honestly, I don't have a lot of rattle traps, and now I do. I got a few chrome. I got a couple chrome, and I got a matte chrome. So this one will definitely catch fish. Again, I'll pop the price tag on screen for that one. And then we'll move into all my rattle traps here. A lot of these don't have names on them, but I do think they'll catch fish. So these three, this has got to be, these two right here have to be at least a 3/4 ounce rattle traps here. So we got a chrome. Here's like the off-white. I think it was white maybe. And then the paint kind of is just fading. And then I have these two right here, which honestly to me kind of look like cotton cordell, but it's hard to tell. And I got some of these, so I'll probably just say let's just say those are $4 a piece there. And then honestly, another really cool one that I found within the first couple minutes of being at the estate sale was this popper frog. It's got like a tube on the back. I mean, it's got really, honestly, I think a really cool looking design. Again, it's like the fish don't care what it looks like. But what I like about this poppin' frog is, one, the kind of the tail, and two, how reflective the paint is. You know, it goes from being kind of just like a black, just shiny normal paint. Then you have the holographic green coming through and the orange. I think that one's going to look really good as well. Again, no name on it, so let's just say $4 on that one. I have one more rattle. This actually has a name on it. It says Red Zone. But I noticed that the paint, I didn't notice when I was there. But you can kind of see, so these are probably dipped in something or like a sticker almost. And so the paint's peeling here. But I you know what? I bet it still catches fish. I bet it still catches fish. What I liked about it the most is that it has like a dark paint job and then the blue chrome holographic style paintwork on it. So Red Zone, I'll look it up, pop it up on screen, the value of that one. And I do actually, I got two poppers here, but actually I think one has a name on it. It's a bone color, and I think it says Rebel here. It's hard to tell, really hard to tell. It's pushed together there. But it's a nice popper bone. Looks really good as well. Let's just say these are probably $4 or $5. So let's just say $4 or $5. Here's this chrome one, which I've never seen. Actually, I mean, I know there has to be, but I've never seen a chrome popper. So I'm actually really excited to use this one on the water for sure. All right. So no, I got one more. So here's another Rapala before we get into the last one. Rapala square bill, which I like. I don't know if I necessarily have seen this one. The reason why I know it's Rapala, I don't know if it even says Rapala on it. I think it just says Ireland on it. Or Finland, which I'm assuming it means Rapala, but it might not be. I thought Ireland. I don't know. But I bet this looks like a Rapala lure. It's a little faded. You know, the scheme on it's a little bit faded, but I'm excited to see what a square bill does in the water. All right, last lure of this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, again, we're going to be going to more estate sales. I don't know if we'll ever find one like this one. So again, you're going to want to watch that video. But we're definitely going to go to more estate sales and find more fishing stuff. I mean, it was fun to sort through all this stuff. It was a blast, and I can't wait to do that again because I have not yet found an estate sale that had at least fishing stuff to just sort through and like you could pick whatever you wanted. I've never seen anything like that. So make sure you guys like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. So here's the last one, which is actually a wooden lure. No name on it. And the way, it's so interesting. I was like, how do I change the hooks? The hooks are all rusted out. I'm pretty sure the way to change hooks is I need to spin it out. I actually just spin this out. So I don't know if this is a handmade lure. Like, I don't know if he made this lure or whatnot. Oh, wait, here it goes. Here's the name. The Paw Paw. So I'll have to look that up. The Paw Paw. So we'll pop something on screen if I find it. If not, then there'll probably just be a miscellaneous price on it. But yeah, so there's the total. I'll put the total amount we spent plus the total amount we got in return. So we got all of those lures plus 22 boxes for $88.50. That is a really good deal, at least in my book. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And hopefully we can find some more estate sales soon that are doing stuff like that. Guys, again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.